Now introducing for the first time the female Custodes armor. Check out the coverage of this. It's way better than Ceramite. You asked for it and we delivered. Go ahead and show them the back there. Show them how that coverage is. Hey baby, what's your name? The name's Russell. All right, you know what we're doing today. We're responding to comments, and I've got some doozies. We're gonna have some fun today. Got a couple of serious ones too. But before we dive into the comments, I wanted to give a quick status update. In a short video that I made earlier, I alluded to my wife having to go to the emergency room. So just quick status update. Everything's fine. Now, she had gotten into a pretty bad car accident, and she's got some problems with her back. Almost the same exact problems I have. She's got an issue with her L5. I have an issue with my L5. She's got sciatic nerve issues. I've got sciatic nerve issues. This is like almost the same thing I went through. She's going through, except for I have a grade 1 in my L5, and it's what is it? Arthrosclerosis, where it's curved inwards, when hers is the opposite. It's curved outwards, and that's from the jarring accident. So she's got some nerve issues, and every once in a while it flares up and she can't walk. So she's been dealing with neurologists and just a physical therapist, and it's all the fun stuff that comes with it. We got rid of the kids this weekend. We were supposed to have a date night, and I had to go to the ER. But as it turns out, it was one of the best days I've had with her in a long time. We had a lot of fun, or as much fun as you can extrapolate from having to sit in a hospital for 3 hours. I mean, that's like good bonding time. We actually had a really good time. And then afterwards, we were able to go to a nice Greek dinner. And then we came home and chilled by the pool. And it just turned into what started out as a ruined day turned into like one of the most wonderful evenings we've had in a long time. So she's still in a lot of pain. They got her kind of doped up, so she's sleeping right now. I couldn't sleep. They switched me from days to nights. I don't know if I'm coming or going. All I know is I have time to make this video, and I've been collecting comments for a few days now, and I got some doozies, some pretty good ones. So let's get into it. All right. Hey, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my starting lineup. The intro was done by my Salamander's lieutenant, Karn the Betrayer, and of course my new female Custodes, Russell. All right, let's dive in. First comment, Mike Huff, 9793. There's these things called mirrors that will negate the whole take video, go back, watch routine. I know what we're referring to. I did a little shadow boxing short where I said it was tough to train using video because you have to take the video, see if you did it wrong, go back and correct it, take another video, see if you did it wrong, go back and correct it. And it can be harder than if somebody's there training you real time. So, okay, mirrors. Yes, you're right. Well, Mike, I don't know why I never thought of that. You're 100% right. Mirrors. Where do you think I could hang those in my garage? Let me guess. The answer is move stuff out of your garage. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why I didn't think of that. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to bulldoze the entire garage down, get rid of all my worldly belongings, and we'll rebuild it, and we'll put mirrors in. And then from there, we'll start over again. Okay. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. You are right. Mirrors would absolutely negate having to go back and forth on video all the time. So thank you, Mike. Mike's the winner. Yay! All right, the next comment, Redman0324. Now, this is in regards to a video I did on my Rock Island Armory VR60 semi-automatic shotgun. It's a review of the shotgun I bought about 2 years ago. So this video is about 2 years old, and it's cool to see that it's still getting views and comments now and again. He writes, I stopped paying attention when you started with putting optics on a shotgun And I then decided to stop watching when I saw the painted fingernails. That was not a smashed finger, sir. So he stopped listening when I put optics on it, and he stopped watching when he saw my painted nails. Him and I went back and forth, and he's actually a pretty cool dude. So I will say, Red Man, you're my kind of people, and I hope you stick around. But initially, I wrote, it's a toy. It's got a rail. Why not? Have some fun, my girl. You sounded like you care way too much about what other people think, and that's no fun. And then he wrote, I was drunk when I wrote that. I do apologize. And then, I wrote, no, we're having fun. Don't take me serious. Like, you have nothing to apologize for. I actually, I make my content up for trying to find smart-ass comments. I only painted my fingernails once, and it was, the girls were over. They had a little girls' party, and my daughter's like, let's paint fingernails. I'm like, hell yeah. And I painted them black, and I thought it looked weird. I've only gotten weirder since. So if you watch that video, I'm pretty toned. That's like the only thing weird about me in that video. Since then, I started dyeing my hair. I paint my toenails. I wear some pretty ridiculous shorts. So if you watch my videos, you're like, if you're gonna judge me based on that video and you haven't seen any of my other ones, it's only gonna get worse for you. So I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm me. Now, as far as putting optics on a shotgun, let's talk about it. Why would you want to do it? You don't need to. It's kind of stupid. Like, if you think about it, you point, who needs optics? Who needs sights for a shotgun? Unless you're shooting slugs. And specifically, if you're shooting Winchester Sabot slugs, because I'm telling you right now, you can zero in those optics to about 200, and it is a laser. There is like literally no drop off with those things until they get to a certain point, and then they lose all of their inertia and just go right into the dirt. But I would say we were shooting them at 100 meters with zero drop. There was like firing arrows. And at 200 meters, you can get the windage locked in to where you're hitting bullseyes with, and that red dot, you can just sight it right in on that bad boy. And anything inside of 200 meters, you don't really have to make any adjustments. So, because it's a pretty straight trajectory. So the answer is depending on the ammo you're going to use. Now, I will say this: that Sabot, those Sabot slugs are super expensive. So, if you're going to set up a weapon specifically for one type of ammo, which I'm dumb enough to do, but hey, why not? The red dot's fun. It's the VR60. I would hardly call that. I don't know. It's an AR style shotgun. It's fun. If I was going to put my life on the line, I would probably want something like a Benelli, something that's combat proven. I don't know if the VR60 is something I would want to walk into a theater of war with. But I will say this. After putting well over 1,000 rounds to that weapon, and I've had 2 misfires, and they were both target ammo, and they were both primer strikes, and they're both the same type of ammo. I think it was Winchester target ammo. So I don't think it was even the shotgun, because it hit the primers. I think it was the ammunition. I've not had one jam. I've had other than those 2 misfires. It's eaten everything I put into it, and up to Sabot slugs, Magnum slugs, number 4 buckshot, everything. Target loads, birdshot. It's nothing. I've had no problems with it, and it's a $500 shotgun. It works great. My wife has a Benelli Nova. And that's a nice shotgun, and obviously it's would I take it over that? No, but I would have both ideally, and we do. So there you go. I don't know. This next comment wins the internet. Friend of the channel, Emerita Robinson, writes, "Your boxing looks good. I'm no expert though. I hope they find out what's going on with your wife's back and that she gets better soon." Thank you. But that's not the comment. Underneath that, our good friend JARYT responds with, "Not walking enough or stretching or moving enough is what's wrong with anyone's messed up back." Not generalizing. That sounds like it's pointed directly at my wife. And so I responded with, so that car that hit her at a stoplight doing 45 miles an hour, while she was at a dead stop wasn't part of it? I'll let her know. I'll let her know you said that, buddy. Because, hey, she's not stretching enough. That's exactly what it is. We showed your comment to the doctor, and she agreed that was pretty ignorant. She's like, wow, that's a special guy right there. I bet he's a happy person to be around. Man, he's just not stretching enough. That's what's wrong with America. Everybody's overweight. Have you seen me? Do you think my wife doesn't work out? Do you think she doesn't train? My kids train. I bet you we're in better shape. My kids are in better shape than you are. Dude, my wife's an animal in the gym, let me tell you. And she's a board-certified massage therapist, and yoga instructor. I think she does Zumba. I'm not sure. She does it all. She's a matter of fact, this accident, it's been really debilitating for her, and she's not been able to do the things she loves to do, and it's been months of hell just going back to the doctors, trying to figure out. We're doing everything we can to try to avoid surgery, because if she gets to cutting on that back, that's going to really just screw her over for her ability to do the things that she loves to do. So back surgery is last resort, absolutely. But man, she's got days where because of what it did to her L4, L5 discs, it pinched those nerves off. There's days where she can't even move her leg. And stretching does help, buddy. You're right. Yeah. Can't say you're wrong. Oh, Lord of mercy. I love the internet. I mean, who are you people? I would love to see what type of person you are, and just get you in front of me and just have a conversation with you to see if you would have the nerve to talk to people like that in real life. Because I don't. It's been my experience that people, they get that keyboard in between them and that monitor, and it just, man, the filter goes. Maybe someday we'll have 3D technology that'll allow you to reach through a screen and just choke somebody, But no, I let her doctor know what you said, and we agreed that the treatment plan and the reason for her visit to the hospital was because she doesn't stretch enough. That's you're 100% right. Oh man, she was at a dead stop at a stoplight, and this kid who was texting his boyfriend was driving an Acura. Not that matters, but he slammed into her full speed. Didn't even hit his brakes. Wasn't paying attention. Didn't see her at the stoplight. She's in a. What was she driving? Oh yeah, that was the Tahoe. Yeah, so they did replace the bumper in the back door. She hit a Tahoe. How do you not see that? Slammed into her, man. Hey, what can you do? We're getting through it though. She has more good days than bad, but there's going to be a long road to recovery. So yesterday or today was a bad day, and her doctor said that she has to rest all day tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to step up and do all the chores. Bring it on. And yeah, thank you for the comment. That was lovely. You win the internet. All right, this next comment's a little more serious. Our friend Mama Mamona, a friend of the channel, left me a few comments. Hey, I did that 10 sets of 1, and now I'm going to be sore for tomorrow. LOL. Becoming swole to control. We were saying with push-ups, if you can do 1 push-up, do 10 sets of 1, and then try to build on that, and that's how you get good at, same thing with pull-ups. If you can do 1 pull-up, do 10 sets of 1. That's an arbitrary number, but it's just the idea is to get started, to build upon that. She then goes on to write, on a more serious note, a Discord friend, didn't talk too much, but still what I would call friends, died. It hurt more than I would have thought, knowing I'd never talk to her again, and it made me realize I took my friends for granted. I just never thought I could just lose someone so suddenly. Looking back, I should have been better and grew the friendship more before she was gone. I don't take much for granted, but I took her for granted. Don't know I think I'm trying to say it's important to appreciate your friends and spend time with them, even if it's just 1 or 2 messages every other day. I think a video about that would be nice, just as a reminder to be the best you every day. Thanks, Angry Marine. Godspeed, Andrea, the Lizard Queen. Yeah. You know, right after I read this comment, it just changed my day. I was at the hospital. I was in a pretty crappy mood, and I had just read that previous winner of a comment from what's his name, Jar. I just was mulling that over, like thinking, like, the audacity of some people. Are you kidding me? And then I read that, and it made me realize, like, just how silly and unimportant a lot of the stuff we get wrapped up in is. And here my wife's in a hospital room, and I'm waiting out in the lobby because they wouldn't let me go back with her because something about the shared rooms with other patients. You know, that sometimes the emergency rooms get busy and you can't get your own stalls, so they can't have people back there because it's HIPAA laws. And I'm just wondering, like, what she's going through. Are they actually helping her? Because a lot of times, when she's in a lot of pain and you go to, like, an urgent care and ER, they can't even give you pain medicine anymore because of the laws that have changed. And sometimes they treat her like she's a drug addict and she's trying to seek drugs. And it's like I have to, bring her medical records with it. This instance, her doctor told us if we saw her doctor yesterday, and the doctor said if the problem persists, to go to the ER and give the doctor instructions saying that she's the one that told us to go there. That way they can link up and coordinate and do a release form so that she could take control of the case. And they didn't admit her, but it was pretty bad. They wound up giving her like morphine and stuff, so they don't just give that out. So you're going to be in a pretty significant amount of pain, if that gives you any idea. The point is I was in a crap mood. I mean, I was thinking really selfish. Like, here I am thinking, I hardly get a day off, and I'm going to spend, I've got babysitters for the kids. I'm supposed to go out to a nice dinner, and here I am in the ER, and I'm just like, God almighty, I'm going to do this. And when I was hurt, that woman was at my side the whole time. And I didn't hear her complain at all, and I was not going to complain either. Like, I wasn't voicing any of these opinions, but I was wrapped up in my own head. But then it made me realize, like, it's an honor. It's a privilege for me to be able to care for my wife. I don't have to care for her. I get to care for her. That's the thing. It's like I don't have to take care of my kids. I get to take care of my kids. It's like, I don't have to provide for them by going to work and getting up at 5 a.m. or whatever. I have to be at work at 5, so I get up at like 3. No, I get to do that. Like, it's choices we have all made. Like, we're blessed. God, we're blessed, and we do take people for granted. It's just it's natural to do that when things are good and relationships are moving along and there's no problems. We absolutely take each other for granted. You just, we tend to be reactionary. Generally speaking, we only react when things are bad. And when things are good, it's often we forget to be encouraging. We forget to say, I appreciate you and all the hard work you're doing. When things are going well, we just don't say anything. And yeah, I mean, most of us go to bed at night thinking when we wake up in the morning, the people we talked to the day before are going to be there for us. I've lost some friends along the way, and it was sudden and it was sad. And every time it was, the last one, JD, buddy, and his was reckless driving, so that was, I don't know. I don't really have an answer as to like how to cope with the grief or the feeling of loss. But the takeaway is super important, and the takeaway is like, who are you taking for granted, and who should you show appreciation and encouragement to, and who do you think could use that from you? And we're not doing it intentional. I promise you, most of us aren't doing it on purpose, unless you're a sociopath. you just want the people around you to be miserable. Like, I'm sure there's a few out there, but for the most part, everybody I've met we're all just trying to do the best we can. So, whoever you got inside the house right now, you're watching this video and you haven't told that you're special to someone, you love them, or how much you appreciate them, or better yet, go show them, more than words, yeah, go ahead and do that. Do it. If you haven't called whomever in a while, pick the phone up, give them a ring. As soon as I read this, I started texting friends that I haven't talked to in a while, just to say what's up, I was shocked to find out how many of them wanted to know, what do you need? Nothing, just calling to say hi. And they're like, oh, that's weird. Yeah, it is. I'm bad. I get to, I don't ever call people for, I don't need anything from you, but I'm the kind of guy, I don't like being on the phone. I hate it. I hate holding the phone and put it on speaker, you can't hear it, and it's just annoying. If you call me, I want to hear from you, but if you call me, I just want to know, what do you need? What's up? You doing okay? Awesome. I'll see you soon. I just don't want to talk on the phone for hours. And sometimes a lot of people in my life are super chatty. So me knowing that if I call this person, I'm going to be on the phone with them for an hour causes me to not call them. Because I don't want to do it. It's a chore. Got to get past that, Sometimes I got to draw those boundaries, though, and say, hey, shut up. I don't need your life story. You're doing good? Good. I'll talk to you later. I love you. No, my condolences for your loss. That sucks. I mean, I really don't. I don't know what to say. That's it's part of the process. We're here for a short amount of time and we're gone. And unfortunately, it comes for us all at some point. We're all on borrowed time. Tomorrow is promised to no one, and you just don't know when that time's going to be up. So yeah, it's trying to remember to appreciate the here and now as a gift. It's hard to do sometimes, especially when we're dealing with the problems. I've had days that are so bad that I don't want to be here. Now, those are less and less, and those are farther and farther in the past. And now I do want to be here for the most part. But there's still some times where it's just things are so bad, you just get wrapped up in the negative, and it can be really easy to fall into cynicism and things like that. It's good to have that reminder that, this is a gift and we should cherish it. And the relationships that we have with each other, we shouldn't take for granted because they're precious. You don't know when they're going to end. Nobody ever knows when a goodbye is going to be final. So, yeah, go, stop. You're done with this video. Go hug your loved ones. What are you listening to me for? I'm just a loser. You got better stuff to do with your time, trust me. All right. I think probably the last comment here, we have Shaquille Oatmeal 1008 in response to Angry Marine Rant. Toxic fans, review bombing, shill critics. He writes, what a dork. But yeah, I mean, what's your point? Come on, you can do better than that. Look, people, this is my bread and butter right here. Finding insults and trying to get a good laugh out of them. Calling me a dork? What are you, grade school? Come on, we can do better than that. What is a dork? Is dork versus nerd? Let's see, nerd is geek, but dork is schmuck. Let's write that equation. Dork over geek equals schmuck over nerd. Or a square. Is a dork a square? No. I'm trying to think back. Boomer. I don't know. Which one's dork, though? Where does that fall on the scale? Dork's just a really uncool person. Guilty. Okay. A nerd is a really geeky person, but it's a geek can be a dork, but a dork's not necessarily a geek. Is that right? Am I getting that wrong? You guys gotta help me out here. Dork's not one that's thrown around. I understand the actual meaning of dork is slang for dong, which is like a wang or a noodle or a dang doodle or a wiener. Is he calling me a penis? Okay, we can't. I don't want to go too far with this. I don't know how to work with that. I'm trying to make this funny. All right, I do have one more comment. I thought I was done, but I found one more. Enchained Monster, world's worst kickboxer, working on body mechanics to throw harder hook shots. Well, short of that, he writes, "You could be a senior citizen fighting league." I wrote, I would absolutely love that. You got to be careful what you wish for. Some of those grandpas still hit really hard, and they're tricky, like crafty, sneaky old man treachery, using all the skills acquired over years to make up for lack of physical ability. Step on the foot kind of stuff. Watch those low blows when the ref's not looking. Old man treachery beats youth and youth and physical ability. Does it? Which Paul brother is it that's going to be fighting Mike Tyson? Is that still going forward? What do you got? Logan Paul and what's the other one? Can't even remember now. But they have that big Mike Tyson fight coming up, and Mike's going to be—he's 58. I honestly think Mike would kill him if it's a real boxing match, and Mike's allowed to go full bore at him. I think he would murder him. I don't think that he's ever been hit by a person that's on that level. I've watched all of his boxing matches, and none of those guys hit like Mike ever could. And Mike hits hard, just as hard now as he did back then. But you start getting into like, okay, so your power to hit's still there, but do you have the lungs? Can you go more than a round? Me being 50, I'm closer to Mike than I am the kid, so I can tell you right now, no, there's no way I could do 3 rounds. Nah, I'd drop dead. But if you like a bull at a bull riding championship, and as soon as he gets out of the gate and he starts hopping around, you got 30 seconds of hell coming your way. That's all I'm saying is I'm coming right down the pipe. And I mentioned somebody with Mike, with his skills and his ability to move and as hard as he could hit, like all you have to do is really get one solid one in there and it would just rock that kid's world because he's never been hit like that before. But then the flip side is that they're like, well, yeah, but he's actually a pretty good boxer and he's got the skills and he's training and he's trained with Mike Tyson and they've been friends for a long time. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? There's part of me that wants to see Mike knock his head off. And there's another part of me that doesn't want to see it because if he were to lose, it would destroy the image I have. Like me, like I said, me being 50, Mike being 58. Of course, I'm going to root for the old guy. Then I watched that Evander Holyfield fight against what's his name, where he just it was like watching an old man, elderly abuse. Old man fighting league. Would anybody really want to see that? I don't think it would be that exciting, but I think it would be cool to have somewhere where, old dudes can still get after it. And I'm sure they have stuff like that, but it's probably not on TV for a reason. Like, come here, whipper, yeah, you take your whippings. Oh, my bones is aching. Must be a storm a brewing. My sciatica's acting up again. I don't know. I'd pay to see it. Would you guys? What do you think? I don't know. But, I'll take your comment as a compliment. Look, I so old to young eyes. When 900 years old you look, or you become, look just what you will not. Some kid said at the gym, he's like, man, I hope I'm like you when I'm your age. I'm like, you ain't like me now, motherfucker. Damn, I keep making these videos longer and longer. I started trying to add chapters to some of the videos. I'm not sure about this one, how I would do that, but I'm trying to make the longer videos more user-friendly. So any suggestions you guys have, throw them at me. It is 3:29 a.m. I should probably crawl into bed with my wife and try to get some sleep because I got to get up really early. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing up, but I love you guys. I will see you on the battlefield.